All right, family. Hey, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Melanie Grammar News. Let's go ahead and get it started. Today is April 13th, 2021. All right, let's just look at some of the future financials. All right, look at the futures. We see the S&P Dow is up. The NASDAQ and Russell 2000 futures are down. All right, this is from yahoofinance.com. All right, we're going to go ahead and switch over. Let's look at the FTSE 100 is down. The Nikkei 225 is down. We'll keep getting updates from the FTSE. All right. And then look at the Bitcoin and CMC crypto. Bitcoin is up a big again. It's up over 60,000 again. 60,000 and CMC crypto is up over 1,000, over 1,300. All right. So let's go ahead and look at that 10-year bond. So as we pay attention to that one is at 1.6750. Okay, now look at the VIX. The VIX is up as well too. The volatility index, all right, is up a little bit over. All right, 16.95. All right, and then look at the GDP to the U.S. dollar is up, and then the U.S. dollar to the Japanese yen is running a little bit down. All right, that was from YahooFinance.com. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some precious metals here. This is from Kitco.com. All right. See the New York spot price for precious metals, but we don't do that. Let's go down here to the world spot price. Look at that. All right, look at gold. All right, the asking price for gold is down. All right, 1726.60. The silver is up 8 cents. Platinum is down $1. Palladium is up, and rhodium is at 27,000. All right, so look at the gold ratios. All right, we do pay attention to the gold ratios, especially with the silver. All right, a while back we were at 80 to 90 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. Look at that, we're below 70 now. All right, 69.41. It's continued to go down or go down. All right, all right. So that was from look at some precious metals over here from this is from Kitco.com. Right. So let's get into some actual news. All right. So here we go. This is from Gattaca.org, GATA.org. All right. Singapore prepares vote for 15,000 tons of silver. All right. So here we go with that one. Let's make it a little bit bigger so you can probably see get a look. Okay, make it bigger. All right. Inside a six-story high warehouse in Singapore Shanghai Airport. A vast likely hangar space is likely waiting to fill up with 15 precious metals. All right. So they're getting ready for 15,000 tons of silver to get into Singapore, so to protect their economy. All right. When all else fails, they start protecting the economy by accumulating large tons of precious metals. All right. Gold, silver, primarily governments deal in gold because that's what they back their currency with. All right. So if you started seeing, we've been reporting that more and more countries around the world have been importing more precious metals. They're buying it up left and right. For those who can't afford gold, they buy it, especially the Chinese. The Russians have been buying up gold left and right. A lot of the countries in what the world knows as Africa, but its real name is Akibalan. Is they've been accumulating gold as much. They have it already there, but they've been able to accumulate it as much more. And then now with gold being skyrocketed high, what we see in dollar terms is not the real price in gold. All right, that's in dollar terms. Overseas, they have the real price of gold at about $2,500 an ounce. But if those who can't afford gold, they go ahead and get silver. They jump on it. They import it much. All right, we already seen if you go to precious bullion dealers, you can barely find any precious metal whatsoever. All right, that goes against the supply and demand dynamic. All right, so be looking for more and more to see more stories like this where countries are buying up silver. Singapore are getting ready for deliver 15,000 tons of silver. Okay. All right, so it goes down here a little bit into some other stuff as well. But go ahead and get this article from Singapore, from GATA.org. Singapore looking to import gold. All right. And then for this short session today, let's go ahead and look at zerohedge.com. All right. Sorry about that. That was another story. All right. It's in March deficit blowout. U.S. spends 3.5 more times than it brings in. All right. From year to date, deficit is biggest ever. All right. Of course, when you see articles like this, everybody wants to blame the virus that can tell time, the molecular virus, everything else. but we're spending ourselves into one oblivion after the other, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. All the stimulus payments, yes, people getting stimulus. If you get it, but do what you can do to accumulate your wealth and protect your wealth and protect your purchasing power in the coming months, weeks, months, and years ahead. All right. So we just keep adding more and more to the deficit. Government is spending more money to keep the people in a lot of land by giving them cheap money, everything else. All right. Just remember this last stimulus was $1.9 trillion out. Just going around up to $2 trillion. They could have gave every single man, woman, and child in this country at least 54 to $5,700 each. But no, they gave us a paltry $1,400, and so we get the less. All right. But what all that says, they're spending more and more money. All right, this money has to come from somewhere. They're borrowing this money from somewhere. All right. So for the month of March, the government spent more than they brought in deficits. All right, and taxes and everything else, taxes, fees, and everything else they charge us to oblivion with. All right, this is unsustainable. All right, we cannot keep going on this road. All right, if you see the government spending, all right, it's a little bit blurry, so we can see here. This is the beginning of 2000 here, 2000, and it's just shooting on up like the hockey stick. All right, in 2021, we've spent a grand total of, let's say, according to the scale right here, it's kind of hard to read, but we can go down and read about how much money the government is spending here. I'm sorry about that. A little bit of the scale here. That was from the website. All right, this article is from zerohedge.com. All right, we look into that article. Go ahead and get into the article about the U.S. government spending more than it brings in. That's not an occurrence, but this is the first time we've seen it spend that much more than what we bring in taxes. We've already showed that government is operating at about a 100 and close to 102% debt to GDP ratio. All right, we've been operating in the red. All right, so. And for our final article here, let's get ahead and go into shadowstats.com. All right, I highlighted this one to keep it going. Look at this. U.S. government financial conditions deteriorated sharply in 2020. All right, basically, the Fed's liquidity expansion accelerates. They're having to create liquidity. All right, with the money, the M1, the money supply growing hitting record highs almost every single month. All right, from month to month, they're having to print more and more money. All right, just to keep it going. All right, so we get into a little bit over here. Okay, with record post-pandemic surge. See, there we go. They already call it a post-pandemic. All right, and we reported on this one a few months back ago. They were talking about a post-pandemic surge in the monetary base, not seen since the banking system collapse drove the Great Recession, plus related historic record surge in the currency circulation. All right, let's get down here. In February 2021, amidst mounting inflation fears. Shadow stats, basic M1 year-to-year growth hit 69.6 in February versus 63.0 in January. All right, that means they've increased the money supply. All right, they're just printing money out of thin air without backing with anything and saying that we're good to go. All right, but have you noticed that inflation is hit and we can't afford to buy anything? All right, gas is going up. The price of chips is going up. Milk is going up. If you really don't think about it, take a look at some of these websites. Go on YouTube and look at the amount of ounces they used to put in food versus what they put in now. All right, this is how they're trying to hide it. And they're also kicking it into energy bills. All right, you see seeing your energy bills go up. I've seen mine go up way more than what it was about 2 years ago. All right. So go ahead and get this article from John Williams at shadowstats.com. All right. Now I want to thank you for joining us another edition of Melanie Common News. I want to go ahead and always say you're your own best banker. Become your own best financier. Become your own savings and loans. Become your own credit union. You're your own best banker. Like we say, go ahead and get that bar started with your neighbors. Get it started with your communities. Go ahead and reach out to other communities. Go ahead and get it started. Our politics is local. With that being said, I want to thank you for joining us in another edition of Melanie Common News. Let's get it started.